Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic. Lights came primetime action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, that's a bomb with a flick on my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep. Came in as a rookie, now I'm ballin' like a vet. If you talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Then the juke move, Heisman, stiff arm, lights out, you snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday.
It originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now ETN to start the drive. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the third down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And again, it's Chubb. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Watson off play action. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. It's Bubba Bolden who picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
The slot man in motion right. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have a Browns first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And this lines up a gain of 4 to the 41.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Subsequent gains of 3, 4, and now 5 yards. Good enough for the first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They run it again with Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Chubb will get the call running left. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. A give running right is Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down of the yard. we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. That's Foley Fatukasi who got in there and finished off the play. York able to send this one through. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
Taking it about the 1. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. The Jaguars at 7-2 here on the year. Their head coach, he's got them believing in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games now.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that's complete to ETN out of the backfield. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Running out of the gun with Etienne. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Browns drive about to get started. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. 57 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Right back to him on 1st down. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. And they get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle. And the slot man goes in motion left. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he's got some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Browns will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball on a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne as the first half is winding down. And the Jags have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And this ball is going to be touched out just shy of midfield. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fields it right around the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. The Browns drive about to get started. This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun 2nd half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the 2nd half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
They find some open field here. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
Jakeem Grant.
The Browns drive about to get started.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Faking the give. Now Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now Chubb running right.
Tyson Campbell up to make the stop.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Watson now to throw. Got an open man, that's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. Bulldozes past him. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
My goodness, 229 yards rushing for him now on the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And again, it's Chubb. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run with Chubb, and he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, he has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Browns will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead now up to 14. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fade.
On second down, a run with Etienne.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense on third down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence.
This one complete to Christian Kirk.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Here's Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Lawrence. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
A give. This is Chubb. And some room to maneuver. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb. 31 yards.
And the Browns add on to their 4th quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game,
Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence.
Picked by Riley Harrison. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding what receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The handoff to Ford up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Bubba Bolden who picks it. And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
Well, it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
And still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Now Lawrence.
He'll get this one complete to Zane Jones.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
Wide open receiver complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Lawrence going to throw again.
And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They go play action now. Lawrence.
And able to find Kirk complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 13-yard line. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
They'll run with Etienne.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. How about this Browns defense? They've held so far. This is now 3rd and goal. Lawrence will throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Christian Kirk, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to give him a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
Yeah, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Cleveland, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.
You see, it's 2 type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it.